YouTube, it's Joe here, South East London, part-time eBay reseller. It's Saturday morning. Just got back from the car boot sale. Just going to whiz through some of the things that I picked up. A couple of little mistakes I made today. I'll show you them in a second, but also a couple of things that wouldn't have ordinarily picked up, but just went for, and yeah, it's going to be quite good money in some of the things today. So yeah, I'll whiz through, show you what I got and what I hope to make, or some of the things to look out for. I picked up this Camelback rucksack. It's like a cycling or running one where you sort of you have your drink on your back, and you have a sort of, it should have a like plastic polythene sort of bladder thing that goes in there with a hose that comes around which you drink from. It's not got that in it, so it's just the rucksack itself. But that should go for about 15 quid even without the skin inside it. So yeah, that wasn't bad. That was 50p. This was something I didn't know much about. I took a chance as it was a quid. This Draper Expert Toyota Fault Finder, but it doesn't seem like there's much money in it. I don't know if I'll even get my money back on that. I might just chuck that one in the bin. This Cocoa Pops sort of vintage retro thing. Somebody gave it to me. It's like a melamine sort of stuff. Guy just gave it to me and said, I'll just take that if you want. So I haven't looked that up yet. There might be some money in it, but I'd be surprised. This is quite nice. Guy had a few of these sort of lightsabers. I don't know much about this stuff, but I looked this one. Well, I looked this one up, and it was a 2006 Hasbro one. And if I press this, I better get it the right way around. If I press this here, it's going to work. There you go. It sort of springs out. The lightsaber. And I think it's a 2006 one, Darth Vader sort of spring-loaded one, and they've gone for like over 30 quid in the past. So yeah, for 4 quid, that was quite nice. One guy had a lot of media. It was 20p, or box sets for like 50p, and I went on some stuff, and this is stuff which I haven't really done very well on. This is alright, this Mothership Led Zeppelin, I'll sell that and I'll do alright with that. But some of this sort of manga sort of style stuff and tartan stuff, which I've done quite well on in the past, I was just picking stuff up, and a couple of WWF ones. I just took a chance on some of this stuff because I thought for 20p I can always scan it and I'm not really going to lose anything. So yeah, nothing really here which is really worth anything, if I'm really honest. It's all sort of 10p, 20p, a few things. So yeah, so that wasn't particularly smart. The box sets I did slightly better on. So this Spike Jonze one, you do all right with that. This is the box set of Freaks and Geeks, and that goes for about 15 quid. And Stone Cold Steve Austin one, and a Uncle double CD pack in there one, which is all right. So yeah, we didn't do particularly well on that stuff, but again, didn't spend much on it, so it was a risk worth taking, really. A couple of electronic sort of bits. Got this Discman ESP2. It's like a car one. Guy was trying to sell this exact same one at the car boot sale last week for 20 quid. And so I'd looked it up, and I knew there was a bit of money in it, but this guy wanted 5 quid for it. I gave him 4 for it in the end, boxed. It's got all the bits with it, which is really great, and it's not been used inside, so it could do really well on that, because the unit has sold for up to sort of 25 quid by itself in the past. So with all the box and the bits, box is a bit beaten up, but should do all right with that. I needed this for myself because I dropped my laptop, so the CD drive doesn't work, and your DVD drive doesn't work anymore. That was a quid. It's worth about 6-7 quid, so it's not, it's something to keep, not really worth reselling. This I took a chance on, this Philips sort of home media player. It's new and sealed inside, and it was going at 10 quid for that, and then 10 quid for the thing beneath it over here. This Cyclone Primus, and this seems to sell quite well. Again, it's sort of like a home sort of media enclosure sort of thing, and I got them both for 16 quid, so 8 quid on each. This works, which is good. I haven't tested this yet, but yeah, should do alright on those. So I don't know, this sort of sells for about 40 quid upwards, so yeah, could do alright on the pair of them. This one doesn't seem to sell very often, but I'll see how I get on with that. Guy had loads of games, and he pulled them out, and I said how much they were. 2 quid each. He had boxes of them, but they were all crap really, but there was some nice things in there. There's Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 9, which I'll just add to the few that I've got upstairs, and then a few other games which for a couple of quid, which were worth going on. Manhunt, Silent Hill 2 and Indiana Jones. Again, not particularly good. This Manhunt, just when you sell that, you've got to be careful, you can't send that to Australia. That's banned in Australia, so your listing will get kicked off, or might not even get put on in the first place, so just be aware of that. So yeah, not a huge amount of money. Obviously the PlayStation 1 games were great. There's no manuals for them, but there's all the discs, so that's great. Sony just Discman MP3 player one as well, which is working, as you can see there. That was 2 quid, I think, or a quid, I can't remember. I do alright with these. I sort of collect up a load and then test them all and then sell them, sort of around £10-15, even without any of the actual accessories. Some are worth more than others. Sony, obviously a brand to look out for. iPad mini smart cover. This was a quid, and there's not much money in it, but I knew it goes a large letter, so it's sort of like 7-8 quid you can get on that, and easy to post, easy to sell. Premier Collection of Tomb Raider big box version of that, was a quid. It won't get, I don't know why I bother with PC big boxes. Sometimes you can actually do really well, actually I shouldn't say that, but this one, not a great amount of money in it, but we'll see. Maybe about a tenner. Alright, let's go for some of the trainers and stuff like that, so make a bit of room. So I did alright again on trainers this morning. I paid up on some of them. This pair of pink Converse, I'll do it here where the light's good, sort of neon pink Converse, treads immaculate on these, and these were 3 quid. And yeah, and I'll get 20 quid for those. They're quality pair. Paid £1 on these little Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse Vans, Disney ones. I've not sold those before actually, but they should do alright. I mean, I might get a huge amount, maybe about 12 quid, so you know, you've got to decide if you can be bothered to do that much or not. One guy had these 2 pairs of trainers, and I said how much for both of them, and I was expecting him to say significantly more than what he said. He said you can have 7 for the pair. Now I thought he was going to say about £7-8 each, so I was chuffed with that. So I paid about sort of 5 quid for this pair of Air Force Ones, and these are in awesome condition. I'll say it again, I say it lots on my videos, but I haven't said it in a while. When you're checking Nikes, if I can zoom in here. Oh sorry, 1 second, just let me get the light better. Okay, so when you're checking your Nikes, there's a code there. It's quite hard to see on this pair, but it reads 315122. I might have to edit this out. Okay, let's try one more time. Okay, so if I get my head out of the way, the light, there you go. So it reads 3151222001. Now that's your number, the 315122, that's the first part. That'll tell you what style they are, and the 001 will tell you what colour they are. So if you're looking up Nikes, or if you don't know what you've got, or you don't know if you've got a genuine pair, if you find that number, that 6-digit - 3-digit number, stick it into Google. It should come up with images of your trainers. Sometimes if they're obscure colourway, it might not necessarily have the 3 digits on the end. Might not be that helpful to key in, but if you put in the first 6 digits, it should at least come up with the same model, the same sort of style, and then the colourway, hopefully you can get those as well. And then you'll find a match. If it doesn't match, or it brings up random ones, or if it brings up some sort of bizarre Chinese eBay listing or something like that, chances are you might have a pair which aren't genuine. I will show you a pair of fakes in a minute as well. These ones I got out of a charity shop, paid 5 quid for them. The rims were a little bit off. And then these ones, I paid up on these this morning. I paid 10 quid for these, size 5.5, but I'll sell them for 30 quid easily, because they're pretty much like new. Tiny bit of wear at the back, but the rims are perfect, so that's good. People who don't really have many trainers and stuff like that had some stuff. They sell sort of wholesale sort of crisps and chocolate bars and stuff like that, so I was very surprised that they had some trainers and stuff like that, and they had some shoes. A pair of LK Bennett shoes. I took a chance on these. I don't really know much about women's shoes. They've got come with a dust bag, and they've got these, and they got 130 quid on the label. Bit of wear to them, but I know some of the ladies, people like Caroline, and some of those guys do really well with these sorts of things. So I'll have a look. I mean, there's a little bit of wear to them, but you know, we'll see. So not really my thing, but size 38. They were 5 quid. And I paid 4 quid for each of these pairs of trainers. Now these, I didn't check them because I checked the first pair, but I didn't check these. Now these are rotten fakes, these ones. If you look at the label, they just feel terrible. But look at that, that is not an Adidas label. The feel of them is really plasticky and really cheap. I sometimes get comments on my videos saying how can you spot fake trainers, and it's just in the feel, in the look, in the tongue's too thin, everything's wrong about them. So yeah, so I paid 4 quid for those, which is a shame. But when I show you the other 2 pairs of trainers I got, it didn't really matter. So those will get redonated back to the charity shop. And I got these 2 pairs. I got a pair of all white Superstars size 4 in a good condition. There's a tiny little mark there on them, unfortunately, but should still do all right with them. And then I've got a really nice pair of Air Max 90s, again size 4, all white ones, treads really good condition. So I would have paid, you know, I would have paid 6 quid for each of those 2 pairs of trainers anyway, so I can sort of wipe off that fail there. So yeah, so I should get about 30, maybe 40 even for those, because they're in really good condition. If I can get these marks off, yeah, I should get upwards about 40. Sorry, just filled up my memory. So we've got these boxes of sort of toys. They're these octopus. You sort of throw them against a wall, and I think they sort of climb down a window, sort of thing. Slightly odd. But these were in a charity shop, and they wanted 3 for 99p, and there's £8 worth in there at that price. But they had a couple of boxes of them, And they said, "Do you want them all?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll take them all." And they said, "Oh, you can have the boxes for £3 each." So these worked out costing me very little, like 20p. Now there is a guy who's managed to sell some of these on eBay, and he's got £5.50 for each of them. So I mean, I don't expect I'm going to get £5.50 for each of them by any stretch, but I might do them in sort of one of each colour: a blue, green, orange, and red, and maybe do it for a tenner with free postage. And so I've got one, two, three, four. I mean, there's loads of them sets I could do if I did it like that. So we will see. Yeah, it'll be 12 sets if I did it like that. So we'll see how I get on with that. I don't know. They might be good for party bags or something like that for kids. Back to the boots. So I picked up this Logitech PS3 keyboard. I don't know if there'll be any money in it. It's new and sealed, and it was £1, so I took a chance on it. Harry Potter complete box set. Paid up a bit on this in the charity shop. I paid £4 for it. It's got a bit of damage there. I sold a sealed one of these for £18 at the start of the week. So I thought, because I've got the listing set up already, if I can sell it for sort of £14 with free shipping, it's not a huge amount of money. You're going to make £5 maybe on it. But because I've got the listing already set up, it's so easy to do. Little pair of Air Force Ones. These are £1. I don't mind buying little ones if they're in really good condition, as these ones were. Should look to get maybe about £15 back on them. Got from this guy from Wreck-It Ralph, Fix It Felix. He's a plush, really good condition, 50p. He goes for about a tenner delivered. This Mario, it's a Mario sort of backpack. Now I don't even think it's a official product, but it looks pretty good. I'll give it a go. You know, for 50p, I thought I'd take a chance on that, so I should do all right. Bought 4 ink again off the guy who has the ink, but you have to be a bit careful because some of it's been returned, but it's all that ink is new and sealed inside there. Now this guy wanted like £3 per cartridge, which is too much. And then he said how much would he do them for, and he said he could do it for £6. But then this guy had some other stuff which I'll come on to in a minute, so bear that £6 in mind. This little wee bundle, I paid up on this. Well, I didn't pay up on it. I mean, I still make money on it, plenty of money on it, but I paid £5 for it. There's nothing particularly good in it. It's got 4 silicone cases, one still in the car. It's got one of the Motion Plus ads on. It's got these. I wanted these 2 wheels. I bought a Wii Sport for 50p the other day in the card sleeve, which I sold for £7. But inside it had a copy of Mario Kart as well. So I basically paid 25p for Wii Sports and 25p for Mario Kart. And I sell them with 2 wheels normally, so that's what I wanted those for. And then it's got a couple of nunchucks and the Draw Studio. So yeah, it's fine. There's money in all of that stuff. These I paid up on as well. I wouldn't ordinarily have gone on these, but the guy sort of had saved them for me, and he pulled me aside. And he's a guy who I've done loads of business with, and I really like the guy. And they're really good condition. I mean, they've got some sand on and like some Astro stuff on them. But he said, make me an offer on them. I said, I can give you £5 for them. I mean, they're maybe selling for about £15 with postage. So not great money in it for me, but it's good to keep the relationship going, and they'll sell quite easily. Now, the best stuff that I picked up all at the boot sale was this stuff over here. So I paid £6 on the ink, and then the guy had this box of like paper, and he said he's going to do me a good deal on it. And I looked it up, some of it, and these basically, there's sort of 10 sheets of Kodak paper. There's some CD labels there. There's some envelopes here, and there's some advanced glossy HP paper. Now, some people have been getting up to 10, 11, 12 quid for these, and I've got 5 of them. There's 18 of these ones, 9 of these, and a couple of these. So I was expecting to maybe he's going to try and charge me about £1 each, and I thought they sell for £5 each, or £5.50, £6 each. So I thought, wow, there could be some serious money in here if I can get these for the right price. And he said, well, and I paid him for it with a £20 note for the ink. And he goes, I'll tell you what, well, why don't you give me that change back from that £20 and you can have it all. So I paid £14 for all this printer paper. And like I say, these go for £5 each. So I'm going to bundle some of these up, maybe do them as a job lot, but there's going to be loads of money in that for 13, 14 quid. Really pleased with that. And again, if I'd seen 1 or 2 of these just sort of knocking around on someone's stall, I'm not going to bother with it because for the sake of one listing and doing it. If you can do a multi-listing and stuff like that, should be good. In terms of sales, I've had some good... my eBay's just gone a little bit mad over the last month. I think it's because I'm just making a conscious effort to list a load. I think you get in what you put out on eBay, and that's not... You know, I've been getting up early. I've been getting up at sort of 6 o'clock and doing listings. I put on 70 listings. I think I put about 60, 70 listings on the last 3 weeks, and it's really paid off. Just going through some of my old stock, going through all the stock I've been picking up at the boot sales and just getting it on and getting it done. And yeah, it's been great. So I had some good sales as a result of some of that. But yeah, just working hard at it, I think, and that's all there is down to it. I mean, I know I'm quite fortunate where I live. I can get some pretty reasonable pickups, but at the same time, wherever you are, you're only going to make money if you can get it on, you can get it listed, and you can get it sold. Anyway, guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope things are going good. I say I have promised to do one of these sales update videos. I will do that at some stage, just to let you know what is actually selling. But no, it's been going well. Anyway, guys, I'll speak soon. Hope you're doing well. Cheers. Bye.